If you want to learn how law firms can use landing pages to convert website visitors to clients, stay tuned. Hi, welcome to the BD Roundtable. We're here today with Kaushik Prakash, an SEO expert for the legal industry, to look at landing pages, what they are. We'll take a look at some examples of how other industries are using them, and we'll explore some ideas of how law firms can structure their pages to lead to more conversions. Now, this session has an extended roundtable section where we get into a little bit more detail. So if you want to watch the extended version or join these sessions live, head on over to thebdroundtable.com to sign up to become a member. When you do, you get access to our private Slack group community, which is full of legal marketers like yourself. Now, let's get into it. Okay, so thanks everyone for joining today. We're here with Kaushik, our resident SEO and website guru. We're going to be talking about law firm landing pages because we need some way to set our websites apart from everyone else, because if you've seen one law firm website, you've pretty much seen all of them. There are some golden nuggets in there, but hopefully using a landing page with a dedicated call to action will really help us with engagement. So I want to hand it over to Kaushik to really introduce what is the concept of a landing page and how is it different than just a normal practice group page?
Right. So hello, everyone. And if you have any questions at any time, feel free to stop me. So if it gets a bit too technical, feel free to shoot a question. So a landing page has one goal in mind. It's conversions. So basically, when someone comes to your website, your goal is to make sure that they have one action that they have to take. So usually for law firms, it's either signing up to the newsletter or getting them to click the contact form so they can contact with you and someone from your team reaches out to them, which is simple, which is clear, which is what I like, because you have the end goal in mind and it's very clear. The problem is a regular website. All right, this is a funny story that actually happened last year. So I was in Singapore with my aunt, and my aunt was like, all right, there's this street we have to go to because during the day, it's like a regular road. But after like 7 p.m., like so the vehicles aren't allowed and they just convert into like food stalls. I was like, oh shit, that's really cool. So we went to check it out, but we parked our cars, we went there. And as soon as we entered the street, we had like a million people. So there was like Turkish restaurants, Malay restaurants, Vietnamese, Thai. It was all like, I was like, cool, I love food. I want to try all of them. But as soon as I entered the street with my aunt, literally everyone from those stores started coming up to our faces. They're like, hey, come to mine. They started pulling my aunt. They started showing menus in our faces. And that is what a typical law firm website experience is like. It's you have, all right, hey, look, I wrote this new blog article. Look, you shove it in their face and you're like, hey, look, I have a cool newsletter. Come join that. You're like, look, we have cool professionals working here. Look at our awards. And it's all overwhelming. And people just end up leaving the website. And this is what we call in marketing terms, we call it a bounce rate. People just land on your homepage. They get so overwhelmed. They don't know what to do. And they just end up leaving. And that's what's happening to a lot of these medium-sized and to even big law firms, where they get a lot of traffic to their homepages and they're supposed to be getting like hundreds of people contacting them every day. But what happens is they get maybe 5 a day because the traffic is not optimized. So they don't direct the traffic in the optimal way. And people are like, screw this. And they just end up leaving. So it's basically they're leaving money on the table. That's what a regular web page does. So a landing page is clearer, it directs you in a proper way, and it has one goal in mind. So that is that's the difference between a landing page and a web page.
Right, because I guess most people who come to a law firm, they have some problem in mind, right? So if they come to the home page, they're probably trying to find a way to get to that solution. Or if they're reading something from a LinkedIn post, right, clicking to some sort of article or some sort of topic, then it'll take them there, right?
Correct.
Right. So you mentioned that a landing page has sort of one goal in mind. So I want to compare it with just, let's say, a normal practice group page. So let's just pick banking and finance, right? You go into any law firm banking and finance practice group page, you're going to have sort of one or two paragraphs. You're going to have a few related content, maybe a brochure and a key contact, right?
Right.
How would that compare with a banking and finance landing page?
So let me actually share my screen and take you through examples.
Sure.
So let's actually start off with a B2C law firm. So I want to cover B2B and B2C. So this is an independent attorney and he has his own web. So the entire website is a landing page, which is great because if you actually go through the entire thing, you'll notice that he has one call to action, which is for you to pick up the phone and call him for a free consultation. So he's not asking you to sign up to his newsletter. He's not be like, hey, look, I have this Clue blog article, read that. He's like, all right, I want you to contact me. And if you look at this entire page, it's designed in a way that it's convincing. So it's basically a sales page. So to convince you to pick up the phone and call him. So he has Google reviews. He's saying, look, we have the perfect team for you, for our clients, a team for the case. And he's like, he has a quote and he has all his awards listed here in a cool way. He has testimonials from his clients. And he goes through the process of what happens when there's a criminal charge or the various technical steps involving the law. So, and at the bottom, he has a contact page too. So it's very clear. He has one goal in mind, and it's for you to pick up the phone and call him for a free consultation. So this is easier to implement for a B2C law firm because they're usually in one area and they have only one practice area as well. But for a B2B law firm, it gets a bit more technical.
Yeah, so the one thing very clear here, one call to action, and that would be easy to measure on the Google Analytics side, the conversion rates, all that good stuff. But like you said, this is very B2 to the consumer. But how about B2B?
Correct. So this is what is currently existing in the market. So, and a lot of law firms aren't even using landing pages. So this is one of Dannemeyer's pages, and it's for one particular service, and it's called Recordals, which is in the intellectual property district. So even if you look at this, I'll go through the entire page and we'll break it down as to why it's a good or a bad landing page. So I'll just give you a sample of what the page looks like. And let's go back up again. So this page it looks like their goal is for you to contact them, but they also have like a fact sheet, which is kind of confusing because a best landing page has one call to action. And here they explain about the product as to, what it does, the benefits of it, and so here, this is a good thing. So they have, once again, one call to action. They're telling you to contact them. They have testimonials, which is great. But the thing over here is these look really good, but the goal of a landing page is to make sure that you stay on that page. So if you click on this, so let me do it here, you get redirected to another page. And now you look at all these information available. So you have insights, you just end up looking at this and your mind just wanders around and you don't end up contacting them, which isn't what we want. We want them to contact.
Yeah, I always thought like you want people to start clicking on lots of different things to take them to different parts of the website. So the Google search engine, it sort of keeps them on the page longer, right?
Right.
So this is a little bit.
So it does keep you on your website longer, but if you want them to keep on one particular page, this is pretty inefficient. So overall website, the time spent on the website may be good, but it's just another fancy metric. Doesn't lead to them contacting you. So instead of these buttons, if they just had more information about what docketing is or what data verification is, it would have made a better landing page. Once you scroll through the bottom, instead of having a contact form, they have links to other services that they offer, which goes against the point of what a landing page is supposed to do. So
Mm.
overall, the design is pretty good that I can give in terms of layout, but in terms of call to action, it's pretty inefficient. So that's the thing. And I spent the entire weekend looking for B2B law firms that are utilizing landing pages, and I couldn't find any. So my goal is to educate you so that you can use it for your law firm as well.
So for me, a very clear example of like a landing page would be if we're holding an event or a webinar, right? That's sort of
Correct.
like a separate page. You're not wanting people to look at your various practice groups. You want people to know about the event. These are the details, and this is what you click to register, and there you go, right?
Correct.
But with a law firm's website, what you're saying is we should create like separate. I mean, is this separate from the website, or is this
No.
included?
So I think you should make the entire website a landing page. I will get to that in a minute.
Hmm.
So some other industries that are using, so I know everyone uses Slack, and our group uses Slack as well. So Slack became really popular for having one of the best landing pages. So I'll show you an example. So this is the entire Slack website. So, and this is a landing page, and they have only two calls. So it's basically one call to action split into two parts. It's one is telling them, so wanting you to sign up, or if you're an existing user, they want you to upgrade your plan.
Hmm.
So they go over the benefits, bring your team together. It's like you can connect, you can share files, you can collaborate. It makes communication easier. And as social proof, they're like, oh, we work with over 750,000 companies, and they have the companies that they work with as logos, which is really good because these are big startups as well. Grab and A&G, they're big companies and they're popular. And they just go over the benefits of it. And at the end of it, so they have links to blog articles, which is okay because it's their entire website. It's okay to have a few blog articles. And even at the end, it's either they're telling you to sign up, or if you're an enterprise user, they want you to contact sales so that the entire thing is directed towards you either signing up, upgrading a plan, or reaching out to sales for an enterprise solution. So this is a really good landing page, which is used in, and this is like the SaaS industry. And similarly, Dropbox. I don't know if you use Dropbox. Dropbox has a similar landing page where they want you to either sign up, or if you further scroll down, they want you to upgrade your plan, which is exactly similar to Slack. And it leads to one thing, which is either signing up or upgrade your plan, which
Hmm.
is very efficient.
So basically, landing page, you just want to have a very clear goal,
Correct.
right?
So the
Not too many
problem I
options,
noticed,
not too many paths to go down.
um,
Very clear.
so I have this thing that, so if it takes more than 4 clicks for a potential lead to contact you, they're not going to contact you. So it has to be less than, so ideally it has to be 2 to 3 clicks. And the problem with the current law firm website is that all the partners and the BD team, they want to make it fancy and look good. But the concept, so simpler the website, better it is for conversions, and more fancy it gets, there's a lot of elements involved and people are easily distracted. And so you don't end up generating the leads that you can actually generate. So basically leaving money on the table.
Hmm. Okay.
So I want to show you so we're actually going to design a landing page for a supposed law firm today. And this is the example that I'm going to use. So if you look at this, I'll go over this place. So they're one of the top blogs for growth strategy and marketing tactics. So I'll go over the page and I'll review it, and we'll make a sample landing page for ABC law firm.
Okay.
So this is their entire website slash homepage. It looks very simple. I mean, I would change the design according to your, branding and logos and color schemes. But they want you, if you look at the website, they have one call to action. They want you to subscribe to their newsletter. So they have social proof. They've been featured in Forbes, the Entrepreneur Magazine, Salesforce. And here they have clear categories. And they have links to their top blog articles. And if you scroll further down, they have one call to action. And if you look at everything, it's sign up to their newsletter. So that's what it's leading them to. So in our example today, I'm gonna assume that we're a law firm and we have multiple practice groups situated in multiple countries. So I will tell you how to design a landing page for that. So let's assume this is our sample website and this is the entire homepage. So people land on your homepage and let's say, so this law firm has multiple offices in Southeast Asia. So let's say they're situated in Vietnam, Thailand, Philippines, Indonesia. And so this is what the website would look like. One second. I will try to, so this will be the first section. So it'll have the locations, the blog, and a contact page. So if you scroll over, is it clear? Is the screen clear? So if you scroll over the locations, it'll tell you which countries they're situated in. And for the blogs, they'll have various categories. And if they're already warm traffic, they will directly contact you. So very simple. It only has 3 sections. It's not too complicated. So you're not telling them to sign up to their newsletter. So then you have the next section where, let's say, you want to feature awards that you received. So let's say you were in some chamber of commerce or some top legal award. You were in the Legal 500. So you can put logos of your awards. So that'll be ideal. And the next step will be you wrote some top blog articles and you want to feature it on your homepage. And a key thing to remember here is you do not upload publications, because publications usually are very lengthy. So they're anywhere from 10 to 60 pages and people lose attention and they can't, if it's like in an article format where it's 800 to 1,000 words, it's perfect. And finally, one second.
Okay, so that's going to cause a lot of contention with most law firms not uploading publications and PDFs and stuff.
Correct.
So I'll ask you about that in the Q&A.
Sure.
Because I have some questions about that.
All right, and let's say you have a lot of customer testimonials. You can feature them here. So basically, you're creating a pathway where the only option for them is they land on your website, and based on where they're situated, they go to a location. And let's say, in this case, they want services in Vietnam. The only option for them would be, so they can have a look at your logos, they can have a look at your blog articles, testimonials, but at the end of the day, they'll be redirected to a particular location. And in this case, we're going to assume they want some legal services in Vietnam. So, and they click the Vietnam option and they're redirected to a second page. That's what I'm drawing right now.
Mm-hmm.
So this will be the entire website. And all right, one second. I'm still new to this, so give me a second.
So they clicked on Vietnam. Now they're taken to the Vietnam.
Yes, so they're in the country, they're in the region, and these small boxes are practice areas. So this will be, let's say,
this is looking like most law firm websites right now, right?
Exactly, but most law firms have it at the top, and there's too many activities going on. So this, gives them a clear pathway. So they go from location to practice area to information about the practice area. So let's say this is litigation, and this could be, let's say they do everything, healthcare, and this is other practice areas. So now you can feature awards that you received in that particular country. So in this case, it'll be Vietnam. So if you receive a lot of awards in the local Vietnamese groups, you can feature them here, and you can feature about the firm in Vietnam only. In oh, sorry.
Yeah, Vietnam.
All right, in Vietnam only. And an important thing, this is for SEO part of it, is to include a map of the office's location. Because since they're in the particular region and it may not be very likely, or it could be based on the region, it's very likely that they just walk in and want your services. So including a map to the location of the office is really important. So the first step would be they'll land on your entire website and they choose a location. So once they choose a location, all the practice groups will be featured, and awards that you received in that country, about the firm in that country, and a map location to the office in that country. And let's say in this case, they click healthcare, they'll be directed to a third page. So these are all, so we're at 2 clicks right now. So this will be the third click. So this will be the website.
So there were really no call to actions on the previous pages.
Correct. That's the thing. So
it's just like filtering.
Yes. So we're filtering. So if you don't get to the second click, they're probably going to be a bad lead anyway. So it's a process of filtering and making sure so this ensures that the leads are higher quality and they're warmer too. So this section will be 1 second.
While you're drawing, so like whenever we're sending out a legal alert for one of those practice groups, we can just direct it to that particular article, or like?
So that's the thing. So you have to determine what your goal has to be. If your goal is, so let's say you set up a new practice page, and the goal of the practice page is to collect newsletters because you still didn't get your reputation up, or you want more people to be part of your content marketing network. So you can choose your goal to be signing up to the newsletter, but if they're already warmer traffic, you can redirect them to this sequence where they'll be able to contact you. 1 second, let me finish drawing this so I can explain the goals better. How's this new way of explaining? Is it easier to understand, or?
You might next time you might want to draw instead of like use a.
Oh, okay.
Like an iPad or something.
Let me try. I'm not great at drawing, so achievements you can have. So once again, so this will be testimonials related to that country and that practice area, awards and achievements in that country and that practice area. So it'll be very niche, and the go-to contacts, so the professionals. So let's say key contacts.
And this is in the healthcare, but you don't put any posts, blog posts?
No. So the entire goal so if we were to put a blog article here, it will redirect them to another page, which goes against the point of the landing page, where our goal is either for them to sign up to the newsletter or contact us. If they want to read blog articles, they can go back to the homepage and go to the blog section and look for blog articles. And the final thing
that's going against sort of the normal convention, because most of the time you would put up like a blog post archive in the relevant practice group just to sort of show your expertise, right?
Right. So that's the thing. So you show your expertise in your email newsletters. and you don't show them on the website, which is what a lot of law firms are getting it incorrectly, because the traffic on the website is either they want to familiarize with you, so and you get them on the newsletter, or they already know about you, and your goal should be to make them contact you.
Oh,
So this is what the final page would look like. So let's say we got from Vietnam to healthcare, and here you explain how you can help them. So don't be humble. You can brag about your awards, your achievements, customer testimonials, and what cases you worked on, your key contacts. So the thing you should make sure here is the contact should be like statically present on the web page, meaning that if they click on them, they shouldn't be redirected to another page, because we want people to stay here. And after going through this, so the goal could be either to contact your firm or sign up to the newsletter.
okay. So we have to be very focused on the funnel and how we bring
Correct.
people to where we want them to go and what we want them to do there on
Right.
that.
So if you give people an option of where they can go and what they can do, they're going to get overwhelmed and they won't end up doing anything. So if you give them a correct pathway, it'll be very efficient.
Okay,
So
it's like me walking into an ice cream shop. I hate it because there's too many options. I would rather have, okay,
exactly.
here's 4 options, you pick one.
So that's what happened when I went to the States. I went to Walmart for the first time 2 years ago,
Oh,
and I went to the candy section and I was like, all right, which one do I pick? There's like 100 different candy there. And I was like, okay, I'm not gonna get anything.
all right. So we're coming up on time. We'll transition into the Q&A where we can drill into a little bit more of these specifics. But for those who are watching us on YouTube, what would be the best way to get in touch with you?
So I have my own blog. You can read my articles at valeolegalmarketing.com. And the best way to contact me would be via email or LinkedIn. For my email, it's kaushik@valeolegalmarketing.com, or LinkedIn would be Kaushik Prakash, and it'll be a gleaming picture of me smiling in a suit, and you can find me there.
Okay, thanks so much.